Oh boy.
Casey hits the record button in record time so he can go back to sleep. Yay.
Wow. Very nice.
Yay.
Um, I don't think I want to go very long today anyways. I got report cards due tomorrow.
You get a what?
I got report cards due tomorrow, and since I'm the teacher, that means I'm the one making them, so
Uh,
yeah.
at least you don't have to worry about failing them. That'd be...
I mean, yeah. To be fair, if I'm late, like I might get like a day of grace, so it's fine-ish, but still I want to get them done.
Hmm.
It's just like we get them in early so that the admin can review it. And if mine comes in slightly late, it's not going to be too huge of an issue. But if it comes in like a few days late, that's a bigger issue. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, uh, I have some stories and some things that have happened to me in my life.
And
Shall I
I
go?
do, and an ASMR voice for some reason. I don't quite know what's
The
going on.
baby is trying to sleep next door, so I'm trying to keep my voice down.
Yeah, we're doing that again. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he tried to sleep. We were supposed to be sleeping earlier, but he just decided to destroy the room instead.
It's a choice.
S- So now we're trying to make sure he sleeps. So I'm trying to talk in a lower voice. And yeah, so it's been a few weeks, right?
Hmm.
Um but we're back.
Yeah.
I could not be on last week because I was stuck in traffic in a snowstorm.
Yeah. He had pictures.
Yeah, so we went up for winter break. We went up to Lake Tahoe, and you go up into the mountains. They have the whole ski resort village area, right? And lovely place to drive up to. It's started being like real, like sleet and snow and everything, and I had a great time. Really, we had a great time. We got to go up to the top of the mountain and um, get some hot cocoa at the lodge over there and just look out over the vast vista. I'll send some pictures to you in a second. And uh, they have a casino there, which is a bit of gambling. I was one of the few people who actually won something because I played roulette, and I don't know why, but I'm always good with it. And so it was just a really nice trip.
Hmm.
And we even had my brother and his fiance came up because they missed us for Christmas. So we were able to get like exchange presents with everybody there and have a big old family meal and like it was just a really good time. I had a lot of fun. And then we had to drive back
Hmm.
and it starts snowing on the day that we're supposed to be driving back. And those mountain paths, if you've ever driven on a mountain road in the US, I don't know how it is in other places, but those roads are very narrow and a lot of the time do not have a railing.
Hmm.
Combine that with the fact that it's snowing and the roads are icy, and you see the dilemma.
Yeah.
Narrow, steep paths, no railing, lots of snow, and yeah, so the trip back, hi patient, I'm just regaling my story where I was stuck in a snowstorm. Um, so we're trying to drive down the mountain. It's snowy. We're trying to get out. Now, it should take only about 2 hours to get home under normal circumstances, right? And we get in there and then we get stopped. Like it's already slow going, but we get just absolutely stopped right before the steepest part of the journey because there's like a huge car accident.
Yeah, that
And so
tracks.
yeah, so we're stuck, stopped in traffic. Um, and I'm supposed to be home by like 1:15 normally. It's already 1:30. We're not even halfway there yet. It's bad. Now, this would already be bad if were not for the fact that I really desperately had to go to the bathroom.
Hmm.
And so I'm sitting there as it goes from 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and that bottle over there is starting to look real attractive. Um, but the issue with the bottle is the car is facing uphill right now. So I can't just go in the bottle because splashback. So I
That's
have
some
to.
impressively bad aim, is what that sounds like. But okay,
Well, you have to aim it. It's just the way the car is situated. Unless I'm not alone in the car, so it's like,
it's also a
anyway.
thing. Yeah.
So I get up, move to the side, and I'm like, okay, I can. I'm managing out just a little bit to release some of the pressure. And then finally we start moving, and it is a total of 6 hours before I can actually go to a proper bathroom.
When
Six
when you
hours.
when you say to relieve a little of the pressure,
It's pee.
yeah.
A little bit in the bottle, and that's all I could do
Oh,
because
okay.
that was it. I could not go like the full amount because it's just like I'm in an odd position and I'm not alone in the car, and it's just like I can't do it.
Hmm.
And so finally, we're done. We're home. We're safe. We didn't. The car slipped a few times, but we didn't crash, and everything is fine. And that was like extremely nerve-wracking.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was a very fun vacation aside from the drive home. Um, in terms of games, um, did I mention I beat the Outer Worlds too? I think I mentioned I was playing it last time.
Know, and I do
Uh,
not recall that, but okay.
Okay. So I beat the Outer Worlds too, because I liked the Outer Worlds one. I thought, let me go try the second one, and the whole game starts you off. You're in a different like galaxy, I think, or system or whatever. You're a different part of the galaxy. You're somewhere different. And gameplay wise, I had a lot of fun. I played like a stealth sniper build,
As you do.
and as soon as I got my good sniper rifle, it just became very easy to just snipe things and watch them explode with damage from all the multipliers from sneak attack and everything. And that was just really fun. Um, so from the moment to moment experience of just playing the game, I had a great time. I guess the issue comes with the story, with like the actual story, the writing of the game. Because if you ever played Outer Worlds, you know, hey, capitalism bad up to like you know, the most highest degree of like what that would look like,
Yeah, and
social commentary,
there's
right?
like an 11th hour sort of hey, there's a reason why it sucks so much, but also no, it just still kind of sucks.
Yeah,
And just they kind of shoot their shot in the first story, the first planet, and then it's just kind of going through the motions for the rest of it.
right. Or this you get into like this one real big corporation you're dealing with, but you're also dealing with a few other factions, only a few factions, much less than the first one, and the main issue is these rifts that keep opening up and like or opened up, and you have to like watch out because these rifts can like cause massive destruction and other things, and it feels like the writing doesn't know what it's doing.
Mm.
It feels very aimless. Um, because if you were to tell me, well, who's the bad guy, I can point out a lot of people who are the would make a good sort of villain or antagonist. Um, but they don't end up becoming the main antagonist, you know?
Mm.
And it feels like the writers like lost their, you know, teeth, I guess. Like everything feels a little bit too safe in certain regards.
I mean, from what I understand, they lost a lot of their good writers. That's what happened. But yeah,
Yeah.
uh,
It does not feel like a sequel to Outer Worlds. It feels like a DLC episode in
mm,
terms of story. Um, it feels like an expansion. And the main villain is somebody who you see on a TV like once, and then you get to have that conversation with them at the very end, and it just feels so disconnected. And the character isn't even that interesting.
you know what's a real good model for writing your antagonist villain? Mass Effect 3. That's a great way to do it. Is just have the antagonist be a thing you see once, and then you just kind of have an extended conversation at the very, very tail end of the game. Uh, and they just suck, and there isn't much you can do about it. And you just kind of have to go along with what they're doing, and that's it. You.
And now the reward for best sarcasm goes to Flux Casey. What has happened recently to bring up your bitterness at that game again?
I mean, I'm just using it
It's
as an
doing
example. I'm not especially bitter. I'm just tired.
it's doing the
Fair.
same thing. And that's disappointing because I don't know. I kind of expected like for the finale, maybe I'll have like all of my companions like pitch in and like it's gonna be a huge like event or something, but you know, you bring your two companions, the others just kind of don't do anything.
Yeah, my
Um,
understanding was I didn't finish Outer Worlds 1, but apparently that does end with something along the lines of, hey, all the people you met will fucking show up and help out towards the end, and that just kind of doesn't happen in 2 at all.
I I do remember liking the finale of Outer Worlds 1. If you were to ask me to like recall what exactly happened in that finale, I'm not going to be able to give you the full rundown on that. But I remember it leaving me with like a, oh yeah, no, I enjoyed that. Um, though I think that game lags in the middle quite a bit. Uh, in terms of Outer Worlds 2, uh, it feels like I finished the game at the 50% mark,
Mm.
you know? Like all throughout these planets, you're seeing all these different like rifts that open up. And then once you get the device to actually interact with those rifts, because there is one, the game swiftly heads towards its conclusion, basically. And it feels like there were at least like two more planets that you could have gone to before you got to the end of that game. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's all these. One of the things that really, I guess, irritates me as well, because you're limited on levels and you're limited in like what your build can go into. There's some areas that you're just not going to ever get into because you don't have like the hack skill high enough, right?
Mm.
Like, oh, I can't go into all of these areas because I don't have the hack skill. Oh, because I didn't fully max out my lockpick skill, by devoting most of my stuff into that. I can't open this one door, you know? And there's,
It's,
and it wouldn't,
that's some failing at immersive sim design there, which is interesting because This is Obsidian who did that quite well in like New Vegas. We're always going to go back to New Vegas. I apologize for bringing it up, but it's like if you're talking about an Obsidian game, you're going to talk about the best Obsidian game. That's just how that's going to go. But yeah, they did do that better in that game. Of like, yeah, it didn't really lock you off from anything. It just gave you options for how to get there. Um, so if you had good speech, you could get someone to unlock a door. If you had pickpocketing, you could steal a key. If you had hacking, you could like override security and all that shit. And they were all a bunch of different routes to do things. And apparently that's not the case in Outer Worlds 2.
It's wildly inconsistent when it is. There's some cases in which it's like, oh, hey, there's three different ways that you can get into this thing. And sometimes it's, oh, hey, there's three different ways you can get into this thing. And because of your build, you can't access any of those three. And in some cases, it's just there's only two ways to get into this thing. One is because of a trait you picked at the very beginning of the game. The other is because you invested in this very particular skill. And those are the only two ways.
Traits. Traits are a weird spot in game design. I'm definitely too tired to get into how that whole thing shakes out. Of making a decision at the beginning of the game, and that locks out certain things that you can do. It's interesting and I appreciate it, but oh boy, like I say, too tired to really get into that because
Yeah.
that's a
And it's
complicated subject.
it's frustrating when you get a side quest of like, hey, find all these collectibles, and I'm left being like, is this collectible behind this door that I cannot open?
Hmm.
Like, I don't know for certain whether or not it is, but the fact that it might be is frustrating.
Yep.
And there's way too many doors I could not open. Um, but like, I need to invest in guns if I want to be able to like actually do damage with the combat encounters that are not all skippable because they're not all skippable, and I need to be able to protect myself.
Hmm.
So that takes away from the points that I can invest elsewhere, and I need to invest in this or that. It's just like, and there's no respec, like at all.
I'm fine with that. You're never gonna get me to argue in favor of respec. That's just not a thing that's gonna happen.
I feel like if I had the option to do it like once, because you're going to do it, you can do it once after the intro. If I could do it once later on in the game, just to be able to access other things, I think I would have been fine.
That's kind of the thing of like, yeah, if a game wants to do respec, more power to them. Build your game in with that in mind. Of like, hey, you're going to get people that are going to be able to do all the things because they want to do all the things, and this isn't really an RPG at that point. Um, but like, if a game doesn't want to have respec, then that's also fine because hey, that means we're an RPG. There are things that you are not supposed to be able to do everything in a single playthrough, and that's okay. Um, that said, that also needs to be taken into consideration for the game design of the player is not going to be able to do everything in one playthrough, and thus they need to not be locked out of doing the important things in the playthrough, like collectibles, like you said.
Yeah. Um, there's another aspect to the game that they added called flaws. And the way flaws work is the game will track when you're doing certain things, and depending on how often you do those things, it will then offer you the option to take a flaw, which gives you kind of a permanent debuff, but also a permanent buff. For example, I was always reloading my weapons before a fight, so it gave me a flaw in which I have 50% more ammo capacity. However, whenever my ammo hits zero, I get greatly weakened for like 8 seconds. And
That's
that's,
sure. It's basically giving you a trait mid playthrough.
yeah. And those were really fun. I kind of wish they did more with them, in terms of having them like actually
Matter.
have more of an, yeah, have them matter. Um, and some of them are just have downsides that are so bad they will actively ruin your ability to play the game. So they kind of vary wildly. Like some are just straight up buffs with a negligible like downside. Others are like, oh no, you're not going to have fun with this game anymore if you accept this.
Mm.
And one of the traits is the flawed trait. And what this does is, hey, every 5 levels you get an extra perk. However, you have to accept every single flaw that comes your way. Um,
That sounds like a challenge run.
so yeah, I accepted that perk, and it was kind of funny until I got to one, which causes my character to, who is a like a speech build, can only ever select the lie option in dialogue choices.
Hmm.
You have to lie every time.
I'm gonna
Now the
assume that's
benefit of
called
this,
compulsive liar or something along the lines.
it's something like that, yeah. And so the benefit of that is you can lie with, you can do choose lies that require you to have skills at different like skill requirements for those lies are gone, right? So you can lie about medicine even though you know nothing about medicine.
Yeah. The downside of that is, fuck you, you're not allowed to roleplay.
Yes, and thankfully it didn't impact most of my game too much, but it did make certain encounters a lot less fun.
Mm.
Because I can see like, oh, this dialogue option is like cannot be selected because you're a liar. I'm like, thanks. Sure, fine. I guess I have to pick the lie. But yeah, uh overall the game itself was fun. The combat was fun. The weapons and stuff were fun. But it just feels like an expansion, you know.
Mm.
Um and I played a couple other games, one of which being I've been, per my friend's recommendation, because he's really into Star Wars, I decided to go pick up um, Jedi Survivor.
Okay.
That's the new Fallen Order game
Yeah.
with Cal Kestis.
As an aside, rest in peace, Vince Zampella. That was
Mm.
rough. It was,
Yeah,
that, for those unaware, that's the I believe he was studio head for Respawn. I think he moved higher in EA's hierarchy after a while, but he was the brains behind, well, the creative behind, or possibly just the executive. I don't fucking know their structure, but Titanfall, Apex Legends, and the Jedi series, I guess you could call it.
yeah,
Uh, and he got in a horrible car crash over Christmas. Uh,
yeah,
yeah, sports car on a very dangerous road, and crash, and it he didn't go nicely. So rest in peace to Vince Zampella. That is very tragic and unfortunate.
hmm.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Um, so I can say, picking up with Jedi Survivor, I'm I kind of missed it, you know? I kind of missed this like going around the Star Wars world and everything being all kind of like that kind of like shitty sci-fi, you know?
Hmm.
Um And
Let's call it rustic sci-fi as just sort of
yeah,
just a consideration of eh, at this part of it isn't shitty yet. We'll wait for the sequels. We're not there yet.
everything is old and broken.
Yeah, rustic.
Um, yeah, and I enjoyed that. The game takes place years after the last game. Cal Kestis kind of broke up with his former crew, so because he wanted to keep fighting the good fight to try to take down the Empire. We obviously know that's not going to go anywhere, but
Mm.
he's fighting the good fight. Um, gets this whole squad and the mission back, loses most of them, and is like, okay, I don't know what to do. Feels like I'm really not making much of a difference here. And so, goes to reconnect with one of his friends, gets his ship fixed, and find out, well, where can I go from here? Um, this ultimately culminates in him uh, finding a Jedi survivor. Ho ho ho.
Tall drop.
Somebody who, yeah, a character from before everything went to bad. And I am enjoying my time with it. You have different like lightsaber styles, like the last game, though. Um, you have the single blade, the dual blade, as in like two blades, and then the Darth Maul style, unlocked like right at the start, which is nice. I like garnering with two lightsabers. That always just makes me happy in my brain. Um, and I'm just looking at this game like, wow, there is actually way too much to do here. I'm actually a little bit overwhelmed by like
Mm.
explore this map, and the map is not my favorite type of map. It's like a 3D, very basic map, and
Yeah.
it does not tell me a lot about where I want to go. And
Oh, they didn't fix the
uh,
map. Cool.
yeah, it's not a good map. Um, I can basically tell where I am, but in like the larger open world sections, it's tough. But they did have the ability to get like a mount, which is nice. Makes traversing a bit easier, though it takes a while for you to even get that.
Mm.
Um, and he has a beard now, so you can adjust his beard.
Okay.
It's now you can give him full beard, you can take away the beard. The customization stuff has always been like one of the big rewards for exploring off the beaten path. Um, I'm more interested in seeing where the story goes, and uh, so far, I'm having a good time with it. I'm not nearly done with it or anywhere near done with it, but I mean, I did just start it like 2 days ago, a few days ago.
Mm.
So I'll keep you updated on that.
Yeah.
Um, and I also got back to ZZZ, Zenless
Yeah.
Zone Zero. I haven't posted my gotcha stuff in the Discord yet, but I got the new girl
Yeah.
and uh and her weapon and everything, her orb
A Wenjin.
and yeah, her Wenjin, and I even got a second copy of her as well.
Okay.
So, because it turns out that she summons swords, and that makes me happy. So,
Yeah. She's
yes,
she's basically Emia.
yes, and that makes me happy. I like throwing big swords at things. That makes me viscerally happy.
And she gets her
Um,
own personal Bangbu who basically just imitates what she does as a Bangbu. Of just like, her ultimate where she, does the cool thing and then she stands on a sword
yeah,
that's like stuck in the ground. Yeah, her Bangbu does that. If you have swords already stuck in the ground, then he does that and then just starts doing the like swings and shit. It's very cute. It's just like, oh, she has her own little fan boo just hanging out behind her.
yeah. So I'm currently making my way through the story in ZCZ. I'm currently working through 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I got to the new area, and oh boy, there's a lot of stuff to do.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of
2.0
stuff to
is
do.
when they introduced open world and completely ditched the commission system. Just completely, it's not a thing anymore functionally. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of an eye opener. It's fun though, being
Mm.
able to run around and just do stuff like that. Um, and there's like all these other missions. There's so many events to catch up on. I have not progressed. I originally fell off at the Vivian stuff.
Understandable.
Um,
It's the worst part in the story. Yes,
but
that's the
now I'm
worst part.
like,
Sorry, I had to just mentally recheck. Is like, yeah, what's that? Yeah, yeah, that's the worst part in the story.
mhm. But now I'm like, I have so much content to go through now.
Mm-hmm.
Like actually,
Yep.
it just feels I keep going and I'm like, is this the end of 2.0 yet? No. No, it's not. No, there's more. Okay, there's more. And there's more. And I'm not complaining. I'm enjoying my time with it. It's just I keep unlocking new thing after new thing after new thing. And I'm like,
Yeah, there's
man,
lots of new shit got introduced in 2.0, and you have 5 more patches worth of content.
yeah. Like, man, ZZZ really does treat their players real nice.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm I'm hoping for something at least more from HSR with how they've been doing their stuff because they'll have like really good story stuff, but then it's just like the events and the side stuff's just not there.
They have had a time recently, is my understanding,
Oh yeah, yeah,
because
especially
China's
because they
throwing a
had
hissy
to
fit. Yeah,
retool a bunch of stuff. So,
I don't know whether
um,
that's still going on or not. China's temper tantrum over a Japanese politician saying, "Hey, don't do things with Taiwan." And that's basically the entirety of where that originated.
I'm not even sure it matters. I think they're just gonna be like avoiding it.
Well,
Um,
that's the thing. The next planet was supposedly going to be, hey, it's Japan planet, Japlanet, and
well,
if,
the
if China
good,
were holding, I don't like I say, I don't know whether they still are. If they were still holding strong on their everything Japanese is verboten, then they'd have to like start from scratch. Ooh, ooh.
mm,
I
they
would
didn't need
not.
this.
I would not want to be included in that design doc. I assume there would be a lot of cursing involved.
My understanding is that thankfully, um, we're not going to the planet known as Edo Star, which would have been a whole different thing because Edo Star is super, super Japanese themed and would require all of the assets to be redone. The new planet was going to be called Bison Tengoku, which they have now renamed to Plain Arcadia. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, Thankfully, they are able to get away with far less modifications than they otherwise would have had to make it work. However, it also means that like 4.x for HSR has been delayed significantly.
Mm.
Like I got like another month until that comes out.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a very, very long patch cycle now.
Just, mm.
So there's this vague hope in me that maybe they'll they have a bunch of like really awesome stuff in 4.x. It's gonna be like 4.0. It's gonna be really fun, you
Mm.
know, because it's a new planet, and anytime we go to a new planet, there's usually a huge like deluge of stuff.
Mm. I mean, you could possibly infer, maybe this is unfair to do or say, but like they do have more time to like cook. Granted, they're
Yeah,
going to be cooking in terms of like retooling shit, but you know that also will inevitably leave other staff members who are not doing that wondering what to do and probably just like tightening things up and make things better. One would hope.
Yeah, that's the hope. Because the last patch was kind of like an addition to a previous story, and then before that was the finale of Amphorius, which was a longest patch amount story, like the
Mm.
longest story in the game.
Yeah. So you have
Uh,
finale and then epilogue, and now you're waiting for next thing.
yeah, what comes next? Yep. And hopefully, like, more story confirmation on, hey, some stuff that happened over here. What's the deal with that? What's the situation there? Because it was a kind of somewhat abrupt ending, I will say.
Mm.
So it's a long wait. And my understanding is that we're going to be getting a lot of like, hey, it's this old character, but now they're in a different outfit type of characters. Not like
Mm.
skins, but like, you know, new versions.
Yeah, new servant class containers, let's call it. That is my closest analog that I can think of.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully it's just fun. I mean, I got my main team is doing ridiculous amounts of damage now because of the last character that was released. It's hey, break teams, you can now deal break damage before breaking the enemy. Your mechanic is now just do it. There's no
Oh,
downside anymore.
so Shun Guang's a mechanic. Oh, hey, you don't need to stun. Just she does stun damage like half the time. Cool.
Yes,
Hmm.
previously the downside of break teams was they do massive amounts of damage once the enemy's broken, but before then they do pitiful amounts of damage. Then the Dahlia comes out and she's like, actually, you know what? You should just do break damage whenever you want.
Hmm.
Um, Given my favorite character is Firefly, that means my heavily invested team is now just stopping everything.
Yeah. Have you tried winning? Seems to be logic.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, well, you know what? We didn't need that mechanic anyway. And it's from what I've seen of the leaks for the new characters, they're adding in elation as a path for elation characters, and they're kind of weird. They summon aha onto the turn order bar, like the Aeon of Elation. Yeah, exactly. And if you don't have an elation character, if like a story thing when aha is there, he'll just laugh at you. So otherwise, he'll actually help out in battle. It's gonna be fun. Um, but yeah, that's all for like game stuff. Went to Barnes& Noble, bought some books.
Yay, books.
Gonna be digging into those later. And anything else? Fun.
I
Just
just
back to
noticed you
teaching
literally
again.
have Firefly as your tag.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's my favorite character. She has a robot, Casey. She has a big robot. It's cool.
Huh. I just realized I don't actually know who my favorite character in ZZZ would be. Now I think about it. There are actually too many options. Hmm. Weird.
Yeah. There's there's like there's some really good options in both those games.
Hmm.
But like it's I'm very excited to meet the new character. Yeah, I don't know how to say her name.
Uh,
Yaguang
Ye Guang.
Yeshungwang. I'm excited to meet her in story. There's like an event with her, but I don't want to do that until I actually meet her in the story.
Yeah, that's fair. And also, that is a permanent event, so you'll be able to do it later anyway.
Yeah. And there's so much to catch up on.
Hmm?
So it's not a bad thing. Just
Hmm.
I time is always the thing that I need to ration off. because I got I have a field trip next week.
Mm.
Not like not like this week, but like the week after, we have a overnight field trip. And it's gonna be super fun. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah.
It's also gonna be like um
Don't tell us where you're going.
yeah, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
Um it's gonna be like it's gonna be a great learning experience. It's a great time with the kids.
Yeah.
Um it's like an hour drive and it's up in the mountains and it was really, really memorable last time. It's also like thrown all of our teaching plans into disarray
Yep.
because they get back from break and then they immediately go into like field trip time. So yeah. But I've yapped your ear off long enough. I think that's all I can come up with to talk about.
Hmm. I have little. I have fairly little. Yeah, I'm just gonna open up Steam to see whether. Let's see. Uh, I reinstalled Game Dev Tycoon for funsies to see, and yeah, that game has not aged particularly well. Uh, so there's that. Uh, I have the new one on my wish list for if I ever feel like it and have more comfort in funds and finances and such. But yeah, that's that game was very definitely surpassed by later efforts from other developers who did a much more robust and deep and interesting version of that. Um, uh,
Mhm.
got back to playing Hades 2 and decided, fuck it, I'm gonna start again because I don't want to have, like, hey, here you can watch the scenes that got added while you were, like, already almost finished the game. You can just watch them now out of context. And no, I don't want to do that, so I'm playing it again with full context, and it is already better. They have added more, they've laid more groundwork for where the ending actually goes, uh, even fairly
Mhm.
early on, uh, which they did not do in the original ending or original course of the story. It was just kind of a last minute swerve that had no setup to it, other than maybe a little bit of understanding for the characters that you might have from playing the previous game.
Mhm.
Uh, so it's nice to get context set up in advance, so you don't have to like get completely blindsided by what ends up being an unsatisfying ending if you're blindsided by it. Uh,
They- When I played through it, it was like it did have a good flow and everything felt very natural. So like,
have you finished it?
yes,
Oh, cool. You have finished it and I have
I
not. That's interesting.
I finished it and it was a very enjoyable experience.
I like I say, the, my previous save was literally at the run where everyone is saying, "Hey, this is going to be the last run before you like finally beat Kronos," and just and then I read about the ending. I was like, I don't know about this, and was unmotivated to finish it. And then the ending got redone, so I was like, okay, let's start it again. Let's see how it goes. Uh, yeah. Um, there were like since you finished it, you noticed that you have to beat Kronos 7 times. In
Yes.
yeah, originally it was 5. They added new conversations at the end of a run through the underworld. Uh, that very much explain a character's decision making better, or explain it at all. So yeah, that is as much as I will say on that because I don't want to spoil it. But uh, and that is just from the Underworld side. I haven't actually finished the uh, Olympus side yet. Technically, I've gotten very close a couple times, but starting over, it's what it is. And fucking bad RNG on drops and shit. And I'm still doing the complete the um all the prophecies and shit first of, hey, pick the new one, whatever it is, no matter how bad it is for your build, kind of thing. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's basically hamstringing myself on every build, but that's almost done, so I can just actually play the game soon. Uh, um, I'm just running down the list of things that I may or may not have played recently, and there's not a lot of stuff there. It's mostly just, it's endless. There's been a lot of stuff to do, like even just in 2.5, so that's been fun. Yeah.
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 It, it just, for the longest time, it was just like, how am I going to be able to sit down and like get myself out of the rut that I'm in? Because I'm always like up and moving. And then eventually I was just like, okay, let me try this new character. She's apparently good. It's like, oh no, her playstyle is really good.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay,
fun.
I kind of want to see what her story is. I kind of want to, fine, I'll just do it.
Hmm.
And I've already, and it was also like, oh, hey, you also get a free character. And I'm like, okay, cool. I
Yep.
have like two-thirds of a team now.
Yep.
That's much better to come back into.
Uh,
It,
there is one agent that makes her basically unstoppable. But even without that other agent, she's kind of fucking crazy anyway. So,
yeah, no, I didn't get that dial in.
mm,
Um, I did log in briefly when she was up on banner to try for her with what pulls I had, and I got nothing.
yeah, it's a shame.
But
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
oh,
sort of the
maybe
difference between, hey, build up this resource and she can do bullshit, and then, or you could have this character and just instantly do bullshit whenever you want, basically.
because I got a second copy of her, I can just instantly do bullshit already. So
Oh, neat. Okay.
it's yeah, she just starts fully stacked up when she comes in. So just destroy everything. Yes, phrasing.
Yeah, it's good stuff. God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm, I'm still trying to think of favorite character, and it might not even be one of the agents. It might be an antagonist from one of the agent stories, honestly. I don't know whether you did Ambi's one.
I partially did it. I did not finish it,
Hmm.
but I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that story's rough. That
Hmm.
story's so rough. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. That's unless we want to talk about the like literal dozen blank simulator games that are in my fucking Steam list that I have played, and about half of them were decent. Then I think we can move on from me. there is there is
Yeah.
no update on Mum's journey through Berserk because I haven't spoken to her yet. So we'll see how that goes. When I'm planning to go around this next weekend because it's Sunday today. So yeah, next weekend, and hopefully she has. Oh, Black Swordsman arc first. Wow. Okay. That's you don't think about it until you have to think about it, and you're recommending it to someone. And oh wow, okay, this is that's a start. That's a starting point. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Patient has. You good?
Well, I thought I was until you started glitching out like that, and now I think I might be dreaming.
I'm sleepy. I'm sorry.
So, latest visit to the doctor a couple of days ago, I find that my weight has gone up, which I was depressed about until I went through my workout yesterday and found that a medicine ball that I'd been struggling with is now about as unwieldy as a normal basketball, meaning clearly I've gotten stronger, meaning
Nice.
at least some of the increase in weight is due to building muscle instead. I
Hmm.
need to remember that.
Ah,
It helps avoid depression.
Yes.
I love that feeling.
Yeah. Still just need to stay diligent from week to week about it. I don't know how much I've talked about this. My trainer tried getting me a position as a receptionist at the gym at the local Apple campus,
Yeah, you did mention yes.
and yeah, that has succeeded. I'm a part-time employee there, just a substitute for now, and it starts next week.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'll be having two jobs for the immediate future until I'm comfortable enough to try just transitioning to only getting income from the gym instead,
Hmm.
which it's a part-time job and it pays about $5 less an hour than I'm getting at the bank right now. But I have little doubt that it's going to be so much easier on my mental health.
Yep.
So, for the time being, I'm just going to focus on enduring my position at the bank
Mm-hmm.
and building up my experience at the gym until I feel more fully comfortable there.
Hmm.
And ideally, once August rolls around and the new Apple gym is ready, I'll be able to get a full time position there. That's what I'm aiming for.
Hmm.
Either way, I won't have to endure the bank for too much longer.
Hmm.
Hopefully.
And in the meantime, it's going to be uh, nice
More
to get a
money.
bit
Yeah.
more money in. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, Beyond that, I don't know how long it's been since we last spoke. I have finished and platinumed Live Alive, and it was quite good.
Yeah. How about that last story, huh?
Yeah, and all the different endings and all the different bonus bosses. I stumbled into most of the bonus bosses, but I had to look one of them up just because I wasn't sure how I was supposed to be doing it, despite having those two frozen NPCs. And what was the deal with making it a running gag that that Watanabe's father kept getting killed in front of him?
Mm-hmm.
Just what? Just ugh,
That's an answer zero. Good job.
ugh.
Mm-hmm. Just happens. Um,
Oh my god, they killed Kenny.
that game has one of the best finales of
Oh,
any game ever.
Oh, agreed. It reached number one on a YouTuber that I watched. He did a countdown of top 10 demon bosses. Yeah, no surprise. Odio was at the top of the list.
That's a cool name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's I can't talk much about that game's finale without spoiling so much of it. But for those who don't know, Live Alive features many different characters that you play as that each go through their own sort of different style of game. For one character, it's a fighting game with like an active menu of picking which opponent you're fighting against. For another character, it's a horror game and trying to survive in a derelict spaceship. Um, and all of the another character, it's like this is a whole martial arts style story, and all of these different characters from all these different styles of games and walk of life um, all converge at the ending in an extremely satisfying way, and it's just really good.
Yep. Yep. Definitely. It was very good. Not sure how much replayability it has. I'm probably going to have to wait a while before I can run through it again.
Yeah, it's one of those where you're gonna want to give it a break, come back later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So with that, part of my Christmas money went to buying a new game for my Switch. What was it called again? Uh, Fantasio something. It's definitely not Metaphor
I was
Refantasio.
gonna say that's the only one that comes to mind.
Uh, it shouldn't be this hard to realize it. Oh well, I'll figure it out. Uh, Not really much else in the way of games that I've gotten into recently. And just pretty much more of the same for just going through life from day to day. Not a whole lot to remark on, though I am making some progress on the stories that I'm helping to work on, so there's that, which is good. And I also started reading the manga called Backstabbed in a Backwater Dungeon, which apparently has an anime adaptation that is not available on Crunchyroll right now for whatever reason. It's an enjoyable story. It's I find that I like stories where you have this character that has a whole lot of power, just a whole lot of raw power that lets him overwhelm anyone he wants. But you can't just do that because of the political and social ramifications. So you you have to navigate carefully through the rest of the world as you work towards your goal. Just I like I like seeing what kind of interesting story can be created even when the protagonist in question is overpowered for the setting. And I'm not talking about a gag series like One Punch Man.
Yeah, it's the sort of the sort of story where you have a character where all they have is a hammer, but they don't see the whole world as nails.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
They understand that violence is not the solution to every problem, or or the question with the answer being yes. That to use the meme format. Yeah, no, that is always an interesting thing to do. Of like, yeah, I could, I could, I could just end this so quickly. I could end this so quickly, but that will cause so many more problems. I would just get more angry at the outcome.
Yep.
Spider-Man could solve many issues if he didn't hold back, right?
But at what cost?
Exactly. You gotta punch them line enough so that you don't cause their skull to fly off their body.
Oh, that's what it was.
Well,
The
it's
game I
probably
was
okay for
talking
Ghost Rider, but you know.
I mean, he's Ghost Rider
at
though.
the
What are you
game.
gonna do? Put him in jail? He is the jail.
Anyway, sorry,
True.
patient.
The game I was trying to remember the name of was Fantasia and Neo Dimension. That's the name of it.
Okay, not heard of it.
Yeah, I remember it was Zom who suggested it to me when he saw the gift card I've gotten for Christmas. I remembered seeing it on the on a uh, Nintendo Direct as an RPG where they introduced a mechanic where you could just stash random monster encounters in a pocket dimension and then just keep exploring. And then when you reached a certain point, you could just tackle all of the monsters that you captured at once.
Okay, this is a really strange crossover. I just looked at the characters. I was like, wait, hold on. They just added that main character's outfit as a glamour in 14 on the, like just recently. Timing.
Yeah, it's amusing when the timing lines up like that. But yeah, I haven't gotten a whole lot through the game. Not much further past the demo, honestly. Partly because I got distracted by playing some of the movies I got for Christmas, including the complete set of Monty Python.
Good. Um, by the way, to go back real quick, I recognize now where I remember Fantasian New Dimension from. That was originally an Apple Arcade exclusive.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, it was originally an Apple Arcade exclusive. It's like, see, Square Enix is making things for Apple Arcade, but then it became everywhere. So
yeah,
it's on Steam now.
interesting.
Hmm.
Well, I won't let what went on behind the scenes stop me from enjoying a game. Though that said, I have absolutely no intention. I was never interested before, but I don't believe I'm going to be touching Roblox anytime soon.
Yeah, no. There are 1,000 reasons not to.
I've never seen such a hive of scum and villainy. To be said the other
Right,
day.
right. Okay, so just moving away from that.
Hmm.
Although I don't really have much else to discuss right now, just that's pretty much it for now. So I guess that's bringing the podcast to a close.
Thank you to our patrons, Rehitsia 21, Vale, Greek Guy, Ethan F, and the Crossbrain for supporting us.
Yeah, yeah, thanks. So,
Beat you to it.
yeah, there's. So, my health is doing better. I just wanted to add that in at the
Mm.
end before we did the Patreon stuff.
That is very good to hear, Casey.
It's good to hear. Oh,
Yeah.
speaking,
How much better? How
Blood
much
pressure
better are we
medication is
talking?
doing
Just
work. My just much better sleep. Blood pressure is massively down.
Nice.
Just
Oh, good.
much
Very
more
good.
relaxed. I have bought a bathroom scale, and I'm trying to. I now have a counter for my like actual exercise and fitness goals. And that's good in terms of motivation. So
Nice.
Sounds very good.
I also, now that you bring up, I have an update as well. I am now lifting 45-pound dumbbells,
Ooh.
Nice. I'm
which is
still
20.4 kg for those who know. You're saying,
Yeah.
patient?
I'm I'm still struggling with 30, 35 myself.
Mm, been there. You get you takes a while to move up, especially as you get to the higher
I
weights.
I know. I mean, I started at 15 when I got back into working out, so the progress
Mm,
is easy to see.
that's good. Um,
Yeah.
because when we were at Tahoe, they had an exercise room, and we don't have 45 at home, so but they had 45 there, and like, let me try this. I'm like, okay, that feels like I can do this. I should probably move up and weight and buy some new dumbbells. So, yeah, getting fit and healthy and strong.
Minmo.
Hip hip hooray.
All of the above for all three of us and more.
Yeah.
Someone has to get that
Healthcast.
reference. Anyway. Sorry.
And then maybe one day
Laughing,
we'll just be able
completely
to.
fucking losing it at my joke. Okay. So, yeah. Discord, Patreon, links in the description if you feel like it. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Tune in next time for when the podcast staff wrestles Kenji 618.
One day. One day.
Why are they wrestling nothing? Like, just them in an empty ring. It's weird.
It's not like he doesn't exist anymore just because he's not on the podcast anymore. Or is it?
It was a joke.
This is a joke.
It was a joke.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.